retriever play with a small black fuzzy thing, and I thought for a second that family had achieved my childhood dream of having a fruit bat for a pet, but it turned out to be another dog.
I had a fruit bat for a bit.
I like that. That's
What?
I like that's how the stream starts.
Yep.
Hi, Mutt.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're
Howdy.
doing well.
I
I
hate the
want
tone
a
of your
bat
voice
so
right now.
badly.
I hate the tone of your voice right now.
I don't know what you mean. Everything's fine.
Sure.
Well,
We'll be fine.
I think I see everyone here in Discord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, indeed. Alright. Do a quick roll call as we do. Bella. Find your
My
push
thing
truck,
might
Bella.
not have
There you go. There you go.
I gotta restart this real quick.
Really?
Hi.
Joe.
Oh, I'm here.
Ideal.
Hello.
Ree.
Hey.
And Union.
I'm Union.
Alright. I do hope you all have come prepared.
I have Union's eulogy. That's what's called.
No!
Where
You watched an A round of combat.
we last left off, ladies and gentlemen, on our grand adventures here in Ilhern. The party has been doing their best to keep a situation they are woefully unprepared for as contained as possible. An individual known as Orson, known to Union, has gathered forces that are, for lack of polite phrasing, a bunch of assholes. Everything from the bankrollers of a war industry from across the ocean to exorbitantly expensive and highly successful mercenaries who specialize in the shift and change of regime, as well as what would appear to be a clan of orcs with spirit sight and the ability to perceive through your mundane means of infiltration, along with a handful of other ne'er-do-wells that unfortunately torments Ideal for not getting that information. Speaking of Leah, this would be a good time to read a certain handout that may or may not should have appeared for you. With a brief split in the party, quite heavily so, Joe, looking to sway the odds after his loss of his beloved, raised from infancy mule at the hands of an errant fireball, has arrived thanks to the aid of the mother and the family, giving some, we'll call them pick-me-ups for now. They kept the bear running on all cylinders for longer than it physically should have. It's right. It's in your folder, Leah. Right. It's right there.
I don't see it.
It's right there. It's right there. Do you see it now?
No.
I don't know how you don't see it now. Are you not logged in?
I am.
Mm.
Alright, there it is. Maybe, I think.
Yeah, yep, yep. Anyhow, um, other than that, you also have aid arriving in the way of a cadre of druids. Among them, a halfling and two mossbeards, who for the most part have taken the later half of the day to scout things out. As it seems the timetable has been aggressively shifted against our brave heroes here. The sky now turned heavy with crimson light. What looks to be a thread of even brighter stretching, now seen by the party from what looks to be a robed figure, as well. Yes, Leah. As well as several others in very obviously ritualistic positionings, two of which have this beam from ground to heavenward. Um, Bella, having zoned out for a moment, uh, took ready charge and have now got the party in motion back to the camp, for better or worse, of which has been a fairly even split with herself, Joseph, and the halfling druid, who is doing her damnedest to keep Union, also along with them, as on his feet as she can after a cavalry charge of these horse human stitched zombied creatures. A mere nuisance. Where we pan the camera to begin our evening, though, as the horde has grown heavily agitated, the sounds and smells of battle raging not too far from this large encampment. Ideal, the Mossbeards, a One Eye, as well as Brand and Maribel. Quite the contingent you have. Attempted to close the distance with intent, best to my knowledge, get in there and either cause distraction, deal with the artifact, or just wing it at this point.
Probably wing it.
But
I'm glad you caught that, Ree.
of course I did.
As of right now, you are not in immediate combat, the lot of you. Though you can see that Maribel is, as the horde is making motions in your direction, drawing back the cloak off of Brand very hastily, and with one of her cruel-looking daggers seems to be etching on his shoulder blade something straight into his flesh. Very hasty work. What is everyone else going to do? It'll be about a minute.
Oh, about a minute?
It will be about a minute before the horde reaches you.
I don't really have anything except draw blades and wait.
Yeah, kind of just pull out shield.
Okay.
Definitely gonna be flying in the air, not on the ground.
Ree immediately goes, nope, and takes to the
Yep.
sky.
Within talking distance, not the full 30 feet up, but like, I don't know, 10, 15, 15.
15, duly noted. As the cloak falls away, you all watch as the various stitchings and this network of some amalgamation, some attempt to keep this figure in one piece begins to come alight, which it's hard to see as it is very much like the sky, a bright crimson. There is a arcane utterance from the halfling before Bran lowers himself down and begins to just charge towards the enemy.
I'm gonna cast Bark Skin on myself once I can figure out how to cast it.
Duly noted. A flying tree. What's the worst that could
Yes.
happen?
Once I get it to work.
As any good conjurationist, the poor fellow is beginning his very long casting time to get his little buddies out. Is anyone following Brand?
Oh, I am. Because melee.
Okay, so just ideal. One Eye is not too far behind you. His gait seems to be a little slower than what you would expect from a human, but he's been around the battlefield for a while. The two Mossbeards that were with you very quickly shift down and take over the forms of these large cave bears.
Whoops, sorry.
Hmm.
No, I thought I put that to everybody.
Nope, you're good. But at this point, please roll for initiative.
Small token?
The sheer gravity of the fight will be using theater of the mind, so
No, I meant for initiative.
yeah, it's a non-issue.
Big token.
It looks like big tokens were mostly used.
That's what I was making sure of.
Let's go ahead and get someone out of there. Ideal, as you're now just slightly staggered behind Brand, this large figure colliding into the horde of zombified and skeletal bodies, just thrashing about with what appears to be some kind of reckless abandon, completely ignoring the bites and rends and tears at him. You can hear a distinctive and familiar whoosh, and glancing, following out of your periphery, a large gout of fire catches your eye, as their battle previously played through, you're now witnessing.
Okay. So I am up first?
Did Rayleigh roll? Yes, you
Yes,
did.
17.
Alright. You are indeed up first. At this point in time, you're 40 feet from the first wave of the horde. We're talking about 20 zombies in that front line that are shambling, arms outstretched. A arrowhead, spearhead press of Bran has already pushed into the line, but otherwise he's just doing damage for damage's sake.
Okay. I am going to clang my swords together and cast Shatter just beyond Brand so I don't hit him, but getting the most zombies as possible.
Okay.
I need con saves.
Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Sorry, I'm clicking this just to see if it's working.
Yep.
Yep, that works. 19 thunder damage.
Okay.
Okay, that worked. Why does that work?
So, as the sound issues out from you, it's almost bowling ball-esque as it skips over that first front line, just most of the caution to not hit your newfound and obviously very angry ally.
Yeah.
And it is a meat grinder effect as there is a large explosion, gouting flesh and sinew flying about. But there's a lot more where that came from.
I will move up so I'm about 20 feet away from Bryant, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Riley, as you were not following them, or did not speak up to that effect, you're about 60 feet away from the front line of the fray.
I'm actually really ill prepared for this.
You were too busy making Union's eulogy, you didn't make your own?
Oh.
I don't really have much in the way of offensive options here.
Well, we got 3 allies who have gone in to melee with a lot of them. Well, one who will be in melee here very shortly.
Wave.
I mean, I'll try to stick close to them, but not get into melee myself.
How far back? At the moment, the furthest back ally, as far as your front line goes, would be ideal. The Mossbeards, One Eye, and Brand are all slamming into the horde to try and stop the line.
And ideal will be getting near the line.
He's 20 feet out from it at the moment.
Yes. But I do plan on getting in there eventually.
Okay.
He doesn't have a choice.
I know.
I mean, I could move the full 30 feet and still be 30 feet from the horde.
Correct.
So that and kind of my only offensive option. Oops, didn't roll.
Well, that's the target needing to make I believe it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
Alrighty. Okay. As you hold your shield up and clutch at your holy symbol, your marking of the Raven Queen, the overall battlefield has not gotten very loud yet. There's that thrum of the groans and pangs of hunger from your foes, and it's almost as if it's more an echoing, a resonance from the shatter spell as you watch the first and nearest foe just jaw down, ready to rip and tear. I do need damage.
Yep. Would that be the 12 or the 8?
It would be 2d8s.
Okay.
Okay. Um, just about to take a large chunk out of Bran's arms before you see it, eyes wide, reach at its head and just plump, fall over.
And that'll probably be my turn.
It's the Horde's turn. They are not a quick moving, serviceable front line. They are a shambling and writhing mass of flesh and bone. But 20 feet is more than enough to be close enough to target. As a multitude of them push and almost as a parting of waves around Brand, you can see a series of them butt up against the two large bears, now just doing their best to draw in as much ire as possible. But several still come into contact with you, Ideal, and lash out. Most notably, when they do so, they don't seem like they're actually stopping to have a bite. So you thought until the last one. It seemed almost as if they were just ready to just mow you over. The first one smacks at you with a bloated hand for all of 1 bludgeoning damage. The other, you actually use the momentum to twist yourself out of the way and just watch as it marches past, seeming drawn towards, and you follow their attention to the cleric. The almost definitive bane of their existence.
Nah, they should ignore that.
And your eyes twist back just in time to see that there is indeed someone orchestrating their movement. It's a bare blip on the visual radar as there's now a sudden and searing pain, and you look down. One of them is actually crawling, dragging with their hands, and almost ignored them entirely, thinking them already dead, as the back of your calf is ripped. With a critical hit.
Ooh.
Is he within 30 feet?
He is within 30 feet.
I believe I can make it not a crit.
You are welcome to make it not a crit. Reducing the damage from 12 to 6, as it was both 6 on the die. So 6 necrotic damage, and no other ill effects from the crawler sneaking up on you. But it is definitely there for the long haul and chewing upon you. If you would like, you are able to attempt an OA as one of them passes by and heads towards
Yes.
Riley.
I will. Never mind.
You certainly did attempt it. Your attention is far too focused at the moment. Ree, as you look down, you're just about maybe 15 feet up and now 30 feet back as you had only gone up. You can see with your perception, likewise, this gaunt figure in your stereotypical black robes currently pointing a finger, long and bony, at Riley, and the horde moving to obey.
How far away is that figure?
That would be about 85 feet from you.
85 feet from me, and then how far is the horde from that figure?
The horde is from 5 feet from that figure to now passing Ideal. It is a massive wave of bodies.
How big is that? Okay, never mind. We're gonna do this.
About 80. You're looking at about 80 by 200.
Okay, 80 by 200. So you said I'm 30 feet back.
from Riley, so that puts you about 40 from the horde.
And how far from the figure?
85.
Move up 15. Yeah, we're gonna go 15 feet. And I'm going to cast. I want to be able to hit the figure in this AoE on the edge, but the front of it. Yeah, him on the edge of the AoE, and then as much of the horde as I can get in it as well.
Okay.
So you do gotta roll 3d12.
I roll that separately.
That's the damage. Yeah, because it doesn't.
It doesn't roll it for you.
No.
I think this is not GM.
I mean, either way, I'll still see it.
That's not bad. Damage.
I'll take that.
Okay. A dexterity save. What's your DC?
Aki.
Should be up at the top of your spell things on D&D Beyond.
15.
Okay. So, the first thing of note, as the earth erupts, bodies fly with it. A large chunk of the horde dealt with, you hope. But even then, as many as fly apart, several fill in the ranks. So this is definitely a battle of attrition. And you watch and try to catch it as the smoke clears, and you see the figure standing calm as ever. Almost as if he's standing on a plate of force and not earth.
Fuck.
Lazy fucking wizards.
God damn it.
It's okay. I can fix that next time. That's gonna.
About this time, you hear another flare as you look over another large gout of flame from where your companions are fighting.
Do I have the time to take to truly look at everything? Just like
That
a
would be an
perception?
action.
Okay, never mind. End turn.
Okay. One Eye and the Moss Beards finally get to go. They're doing okay. Most of what they seem to be doing, as best you can gauge watching them, is quite literally just trying to hold the tide back. Best you've gained from your time with Union's new friend, One Eye, he's definitely a martial individual. He's not pulling any religious iconography out, not whipping around any magical swords. He is a bog standard, I'm just a really old fucking soldier, and he's stubborn. The Mossbeards are faring a little better, managing to fell several around them, but are in fact being pushed back by just the sheer volume involved. And I'll mark in chat 1 round. We come to the top of the initiative. At initiative 20, there is a loud
Which direction?
from the camp.
God damn it.
Start looking. With your vantage point, you can see what looks to be that clan of orcs is doing something. Beyond that, it's far too distant and unclear. Ideal, you're up.
Okay.
You are surrounded.
Okay. That was actually my first question. I'm gonna try to attack one with the scimitar short sword combo.
Okie doke.
First attack. God damn it!
Oof.
Don't worry about the D100. I have a more subversive system running tonight.
It's completely innocuous.
Great. And short sword.
Riley, as you see Ideal attempting to press on, a zombie slips past him and comes at you. You do manage to fell one beside you, Ideal, but not the
Well-
one that got away.
Well, I am going to flourish and slashing flourish to deal this much damage to every creature within 5 feet of me.
Okay. You will still miss the one that is now attacking you. Even if you didn't.
Good job.
Fortunately, Riley, it does not manage to get past your shield. It's this sudden, frenzied lunge as it darts past the scimitar, catching it right across its lip, and it just completely ignored as it just surges past Ideal and comes tackling into you, now held on your shield, trying to claw at your face. You're up. Assuming you have nothing else, Ideal.
Nope.
Because the flourish would have been your bonus, right?
No, the second attack's bonus. I don't have extra attack yet.
Okay. Time-wise speaking, Union is only just now standing back up.
What happened to Union? What happened to him?
Oh, you weren't. He
Yeah.
took a cavalry charge to
Yeah.
the face.
Oh,
I was trying to defend the squishies.
I'm proud of you.
He took like 60 damages.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
And then a fireball.
fella.
It wasn't me.
Are you
I
sure?
mean,
I wish I could say we have proof, but we don't have the sound from last week.
Fuck off. Riley, you're up. You have one adjacent to you and several on the way.
Still very much don't have any AoE anything. Can I toll one on the shield?
You may attempt to do so, yes.
Okay.
What's your save DC?
14.
Okay. It doesn't pass, so I need your damage. This would, because of the one damage, be D12s.
Thank you, Ideal.
It worked!
There is now a quite literal dead weight upon your shield. You shove it aside as the sound emanating from your holy symbol fades. And you look up. It's getting messy quick.
For bonus action, for roll 20 to not buffer.
Casting it on.
Myself.
Duly noted.
It is not concentration.
No, it is not. After a bit of a close encounter, you find yourself throwing up some protective wards, just as Ideal is once again laid into. Ideal, you are being attacked from every adjacent square.
I would hope.
Okay, so the first one, complete miss.
Okay.
The second one, a normal hit. This meaty hand slams into the side of your neck, throwing you off balance. but throwing you under this large lunging hug of the next one, and just off feet enough that the crawler does not get another gnaw into you. And that's when there's a sickening, sharp pain, just above and barely missing a solid hit of the kidney. You look back and a rusty sword is sticking out of you, and a skeleton's jaw is hanging as it's just yelling silently at you. And in that moment, you find yourself very happy, as that is the brunt of the damage, and the other attacks fall short, bludgeoning against your armor to no avail. For the record, Ryla, you do witness he has once again been critically hit.
Look, big ideal. Look hates you.
I know.
I need to know if you're reducing it.
Yes.
Spill my soul to Lady Luck and she flips me off.
That is 5 necrotic damage and 8 piercing damage.
Okay. Thank you for the aid, Rally. Oh, no, that's wrong.
Well,
I fixed it.
Ree, you're up. From your perspective and your vantage point, one of the moss beards has already been pushed out of bear form.
Oof.
The other one is faring significantly better, holding the far left of the line.
Still want to target that fucking cloaked figure. Eeny, meeny, miny. We're going at the... Again, targeting the cloaked figure. We're putting his ass directly in the center.
Your spell fails.
Really?
As if it's been countered, like he's staring at you.
Motherfucker.
Fucking wizards.
I can do that.
Okay,
I think counter spells.
arcane
I was like, yeah, I think there's like a lot of spell lists now.
Yeah, I know.
The spell slot is still expended, mind you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I marked it.
And that is your action. What else would you like to do?
Thinking... 60 feet out from him, correct?
Correct. Assuming you have not moved yet.
Fuck it, I'm charging at him.
Okay.
Fucking dive bombing his ass.
Alright. The gang helps Eden roll up a third character.
Leave me be.
Okay. So you are just wings back and diving through the air. Your full remaining movement, correct?
Yeah, full 30 towards him.
Okay.
Or it.
As you get closer, it is actually hard to tell. They are so withered and gaunt. And probably was an elf at some point. All right. The right flanking Mossbeard. I swear I put their names here, and not just. I swear I didn't write just Mossbeard 1 and 2. I've got my notebook around here somewhere, but it's like I'm tired and didn't actually unpack any of this stuff. He will go back into bear form because but still, between them and One Eye, they're just not doing so hot. It's almost as if there's just not enough front line for the front line to hold. Ideal.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the skeleton with scimitar. Hey!
All right. It is a clatter of bones as you smash through.
And then I'll use my last inspiration to make it a flashing flourish. For 8 damage for everything around me.
You manage to finish off the lot that is around you.
And then as a bonus action, healing word to 2nd level.
To who?
Me!
Oh.
Well, was a 3.
Does this make you feel any better?
It's better than seeing 6.
Alright, that's you done. Riley! The horde advances.
Playing theater at the moment while you're nervous is just fun. Okay, so by horde you mean like the big horde, or like were there others that slipped past ideal?
I mean, there's some that are about to get past ideal. They haven't had their turn yet.
And the frontliners are how far?
The whole majority of them, we'll go from left to right. Moss Bear 1 would be about 25 to your left, at a diagonal. Then you have One Eye. He would only be about 15 and a bit of a softer diagonal. Then you've got Ideal dead ahead of you. Would be the 30 feet, as you haven't closed any distance since. And he just hasn't been able to move. Then you got the other Moss Beard Bear, 25 to your right, at a diagonal.
So they're all within 25 feet?
Yes, except for the only one who isn't would be Ree, who is zipped past you.
She's bird frolicking.
Yeah, screeching bloody murder.
Free!
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. That is what she's screaming, by the way.
It's like she's a giant owl or something.
You know. Bird things.
And ideal is how far? 20 feet still?
30.
30?
He remember he went 30, or you closed 30 from him. So I'm sorry, math do, because he was 20, he'd be 10. My brain was going off the math of where the front line was when you started. Because neither of you have moved since.
I have to look through so many tabs. This is fun.
Welcome to my life.
Okay, well, if they're within 30 feet... here. That is concentration. I don't think I had anything else up for that.
You do not.
Okay. And I don't have anything for bonus action, so... I'll eventually heal, guys.
Okay. So you watch as the sky actually darkens around Raleigh as the veil between life and death is thinned even more, for the better in this case. And the horde advances. You're once again closed around Ideal, while others filter between you and the other leading melees. You can see bodies still being tossed. Brand is just having a field day. But 4 managed to get up to Riley. They will be making their wisdom saves for Sanctuary. 2 pass and 2 fail, so 2 sets of attacks are coming in. That is 2 natural 15s, which I believe... Yep.
Did they move past me?
Not directly.
Okay.
There's sizable gaps. You have your own ones to worry about.
I'm aware.
Okay. 9 bludgeoning damage as they begin to beat into you, Riley, and I need a con save to maintain your concentration on Beacon of Hope.
Okay, just so you know, that'll be with advantage. If it's on con.
From Warcaster?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, easy. Negligible damage. Now to Ideal. Only 6 attacks this time, Ideal.
Oh, good.
And I think only 2 of them get through.
Any green numbers this time?
For once, no.
Yay!
That is still a total of 10 bludgeoning damage. As they begin to ping-pong you between the 2 of them. You all hear a loud "Oh!" and watch as One Eye is buried in the horde. A roar turning into a painful scream as the druid on the right now breaks form and is forced to stagger back. Ree, you're up.
Alright, we're about to do something fun.
For the record,
I
you
win.
can tell the caster is still staring right at you.
Yep. Still gonna go for it. Please work. Stop. Yeah, still technically die. Not moving yet, but I should be 30 feet out.
Oh, correct.
30
You're at
feet
15
from the
and
caster?
30. Out of 85,
And I am
out
how
of
high?
85, that would have been, yeah, that'd be 45 out of 85, so you'd be 40.
Be 40 from the caster?
Yes.
How high above the horde am I?
There's a 10-foot gap between you and them.
Take that.
Remember, you went 15 up.
Yep, 15 up an angle, so 10-foot gap. That's out from me. Does it go through?
Doesn't even bother with a full gesture, like, really? You are counterspelled.
I'll take that, though. Take the counterspell. Alright. How are we? Hold on, I wrote it down. I gotta So we're gonna another dive towards him, the 30. And near the end of that, I am going to
So that
wild
puts you 20.
I'm going to wild shape into giant constrictor.
Okay, you're still 20 feet, and you fall 10 into a horde of zombies.
Oh, am I? So I'm still not the 10.
No, you were 40 away. Your 30 gets you
10 away.
10 away, and 10 above the horde.
Well, Eric Hacker have flying of 50.
Do I?
Yes.
I thought you said 30.
No!
Fuck, I'm flying the 40 to him.
I would say this is why you look at your shit.
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I don't have it, actually. Aki!
Click your speed button on D&D Beyond.
What was that? We'll figure that
Gonna-
out later.
Just gonna
Okay.
post this right here. Fine.
Wait, so then I can do the 40-10 to drop and not actually. Can I land on him?
You can't share a space with him.
So I can't go like 5 feet above him and then transform and drop on his ass.
I mean, I'll allow it.
May I do that, please? Ass.
Certainly. Go ahead and roll
This
your
is
acrobatics check. As a snake.
Aki, help.
I don't know those stats. It'll be a +2.
+2 instead of what I had. So
Hold on. Well, I'll check if you still use your skill bonuses, right? If you're higher or something. I don't know. I just did
moment.
+2.
We're flipping through.
Yes.
sorry, was not prepared. Well, I still technically need to cast that.
Yeah, it'd just be a +2 because you're not trained in acrobatics.
I have a plus. So okay, so I'm not trained in it. So
Yeah.
D20 +2.
Yes.
Okay.
I survived.
You fall past him to the ground underneath his floating disc. As you have fallen more than 10 feet, you take falling damage. But you're a giant constrictor now. And you're on difficult terrain from your own spell.
Mhm.
So 2 bludgeoning damage to your sneaky form. Keep in mind that is a separate hit pool.
Mhm. I'm trying to. I'm writing it in on paper.
Okay. This brings us to the top of the round, and about the time that combat just across the way finished. Bella, I need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I'm not good at this.
Okay. Ideal, you're up.
Okay, so there's 6 around me.
Correct.
And I can't
you
see
just
one eye.
vaguely saw Reed dive on you. You can hear him still screaming.
Well, I can't help with that because I have to see the heal word.
There's
How
two-
much distance between me and him?
Off the top of your head, you would think he's 10, 15 feet from you, but there's
Yeah.
a writhing mass.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make things worse by accidentally shattering him. Let's see here. How far do I see the floating figure at all?
Right now, your
Oh,
perspective
it's
is just arms, teeth, and talon-like hands just clawing at you. You're a little focused.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna try to clear the path in front of me by casting like a shatter, centering it so I'm just out of range of it.
You're a passive 11 over there.
Yes. So, shatter. I need con saves from zombies.
Mm-hmm.
and skeletons, and there's the damage.
Okay. You don't get a clean path, but there's
Yeah.
enough. You can actually see there's Brand missing a arm. And no, he's not missing it. He's wielding it.
Awesome.
Um,
Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
maybe risk 2 OAs getting to him.
How far is he from me?
He is only 10 feet from you.
Yeah, I'll risk the 2 OAs. At least have somebody else with me.
Okay. One swings high, trying to just grab at your throat to pull you in. And as you duck under, you find yourself quickly rolling over another one of those crawling figures, mashing it into the mud a little, and managing to avoid it. As you tumble back up onto your feet, your back presses in the Brand, and there's that brief of air as his arm almost smashes into your head, and takes out one of the zombies coming after you. We fighting now?
Yes, we are, buddy. Yes, we are.
And you look, half of his face is missing.
Blank, blank.
He's just like when you turn and see the front, he is just clawed and torn to shit. But just this big half smile. He's having a great time. Riley, you're up. You just saw your buddy, Ideal, dive in deeper into the horde. You are still surrounded by the 4 around you.
And I still can't see One Eye.
You are hard pressed to see him. Every now and then you catch what you think might be a shoulder or an arm of his. He's wearing fairly distinct armor, but there's a game of dogpile going on over there.
And the horde is still like about 25 feet away.
The most of it, other than like I said, you have 4 that have broken from it, from the line that your companions were holding, and are on top of you.
Okay, I'm gonna move through them or around them towards the horde as much as I can. I will take the OAs.
Duly noted. Are you breaking away from all of them, or just trying to get so there's an open space between you and them?
I'm trying
the main
to-
line.
I'm trying to get as close to everyone else,
Okay.
towards the...
Okay. That is a natural 9, a natural 1, a natural 5, and a natural 20.
Oh. I'll take the 20.
For 7 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need a concentration check.
Dang.
You're good. The warcasters are good at concentration, guys.
Okay, for the action... So many dark.
Okay. Raising up your holy symbol. We are going to batch this. There is a sudden odd press of bodies, Ideal. For a moment, you panic, thinking they've decided, you know what? Tiefling tasted pretty good. As you see a mass throng of them churn and start shambling away, and you realize